How are you guys doing today? I'm Neural Patel, and today I'm going to be talking about software engineers and how software engineers create value into a company. In 467, we talked about software engineers and the amount of value that they have towards a company. Software engineers are, in a sense, a middleman between the business side of an application and our programming side. Software engineers must be detailed as possible, must have great communication skills, and must be leaders in their respective field. A good example I could give of a software engineer was an example last year when I was doing my internship. My boss told me to create a dispatch application. She gave me the requirements to sort inventory based on day, month, and year, what kind of inventory is the most sold, and to make sure that it has a great UI, which is user interface. Now, me, I didn't know where to start. I remember getting given this project. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to create it. And I went back home and I had to do a lot of research about how to manage a project and to create one. Even though I was an intern, I did have a mini team behind me, and they always viewed me as a leader. So the only way I knew how to really truly create a project is by doing a lot of research and making sure that I come back the next day, telling my programmers, hey, this is how we would do it. So I did a lot of research and I came back the next day. At first, I tried to explain the business end of an application. They had no idea what to do. They were as confused as I was when I first started, when I was first given this project. Then I told them, hey, I created a program again. I did a lot of research. I started off one by one, similar to how we would do agile development, is how I created this project. Agile development is creating a project based on sprints where you would do the first sprint, you would review it, and before you would go on to your second part of the project, you'll make sure that first part is completely done. It is similar to school when you take classes. 240 is a prerequisite of 241. You have to go to class in 240, complete the class, and review if you passed the class. If you did, you go on to 241. This is similar to how everyday life is, but no one ever viewed it that way. So I told my programmers, hey, let's try to do it this approach. And the project which my boss said would take about 3 months to complete, we completed in 1 month. We started out first doing the tables. Then we started off working on the user interface, and we started off working more towards really the back end of the application. And that is where my first software engineering job started. So with all this, like how are a software engineer create value to a company? I think software engineers really create value to a company because they create better application, which would in sense increase the value of the company, and also it would increase the value of yourself. Even though you're a software engineer, you are in charge of a big part of your company's success. A great example of company success is Amazon. Amazon really talked about how company success really relies on software engineers and their ability to communicate well with the programmers. And a good example is also the application which I helped create, the dispatch application. I had to really step up as a leader so I could create this project and really understand. I guess I give one more example before I close out this introduction. And that imagine you're a businessman right here. You would say, okay, I need all these ideas created. And you would look at it and be like, okay, I'm going to create all these ideas because the businessman doesn't understand how programming most of the time works. Unless you're a programmer yourself, you won't understand how it works. So they'll talk to the software engineer and say, I want to create this kind of application. The software engineer will write down all the requirements and really break it down so the programmers would understand what is required to be created. And the programmers would get to work. And they'll look at it, and the software engineer from time to time, which is what I did, I would often review it. And I often would talk to him saying, is there anything that you guys need help with? And that's more of a leadership role that you have to play as a software engineer. If you don't understand how anything works, please talk to someone so we could create this application as fast as possible without being slow, without any delay, in a sense. So thank you for watching my first tutorial. I'll be doing more tutorials, and hope you guys have a good one. Bye.